Okay, hello everybody. Thank you, Jacques, for giving me the opportunity to talk now. So I have more minutes than later on in the program. First of all, we talked this past 2 days a lot about all the work we've been doing those past several years and the importance of not losing all those efforts. And in that reflection, the last year, UNESCO chair and ASMN had a lot of discussions on how we could find a strategy to disseminate the work we've done and to keep it alive. So we've come up with this idea of a mini MOOC. You all know what a MOOC is, a massive open online course which is free and available to every learner that subscribe to the MOOC. And so we came together in different online sessions with the core group, and we decided to create this mini MOOC together, especially to keep the work of our working group 3 alive. You know, all these modules we made about the curriculum in sexual health education. And so we came up with 6 modules, of which I'm presenting now on the screen. The first module that highlights sexual health and the education, sexual health education challenges in Europe especially. The second module talks about the definition of sexual health and human rights and the change of the definition along time. You can see who is responsible for every module. So the first module, I have the pleasure to work together with Ethel, who is sitting here, and we will talk about the importance of the challenges in the form of a comic book. So we have prepared a lot of work, a text, and we have an artist, she's a Belgian artist, that will use Zee as a, you can see Zee, that's our star of the comic book, and we will use our star to present our content. The second module will be infography, and I will show you later on in the presentation infographies we made before. The third module is a module about the cultural issues when talking about sexual health in general, and we will make a sort of interview, and all of these interviews will be filmed either today or the first weekend of July in Paris. Module 4 is about the inequalities and diversity among health professionals, let's say. And Marianne, I don't know, Marianne is in another group now, will take the lead on that one, and we will create an animated video to explain those importance. We divided module 4 in 5 subtopics, and we'll show that later on this afternoon in the working group 3 group. Module 5, we have the pleasure to work together with Jacques and Jen. We will film this afternoon. It will be a combini style of interview video where Jacques answers a lot of questions about how to communicate well about sexual health and human rights in the outpatient clinic. And then the 6th module, that is what is the solution of implementation, and that is really highlighting our common curriculum. So we will keep the links and the modules together in the mini MOOC so that everyone who follows this mini MOOC can access the modules for free on our platform. There will also be a conclusion that we will film together today and in Paris. So I share some details, but it's really for this afternoon to go more in detail. These are the kind of infographics we made earlier. After you follow the mini MOOC, you can get a certificate of following it. We have here a combini video. I don't know if I can activate this video. just display the
Je suis Marie-Laure, je suis économie obstétricienne, j'ai travaillé près de 40 ans en milieu hospitalier et je me suis occupée de la question de la contraception en centre de planification pendant toutes ces années à côté de mon travail d'obstétricienne.
So we're not going to look at the whole 7 minutes, but just to show you how we create this kind of videos where the presenter first presents himself or herself and then asks or answers questions. You can see the logo. Let's scroll a bit further maybe. So we can make words and highlight very important things on the video. And we have a team that can make that for us. How do I go back to the presentation? Because of the international character of ESMN, we also thought that it would be nice every presenter could speak in his own language. So for Jack could speak either in English or in Dutch, Paul could speak in English, I could speak in French, and we would then use subtitles for everyone to understand what we're saying. And this really shows the common work of our network and how we were able to bring all those different health professionals with different background, with different culture around the same topic on sexual health education. This is an example of the comic book we've made before, My Sex, My Right. It is available for the moment only in French, but I have good news. At the end of September we will publish it in English, so we've translated all the text and we are together with the artist putting it in the boxes, translate some phrases if it doesn't make sense anymore after the translation, but we will be happy to share the link and how you can get that comic book at the end of September. Oh, okay, so this is the comic book and this will be our first module, will be in that style, Ethel, and the artist will help us to put our text into comic book style. So we've worked a lot of that the past few weeks, and so the first weekend of July, the 7th and the 8th, we are meeting in Paris to finalize the last modules, and then we will let our teams work on it, put everything together, and it will be ready and available. We will send you all the links by the end of September before the closing of ASM. And also on the website, yes, of course. Thank you.
Are there any questions?
Oh, it's not really a question. Could you possibly expand a little bit more on the importance of this in terms of how UNESCO may be used as a platform for dissemination?
Of course. So that's a very good question because this was one of the ideas we had. So for the moment, UNESCO Chair has an online platform which is called Comme Santé. It's mainly in French for the moment, where learners in France can access the platform for free, and then they can follow some courses that are accredited by the chair, which works together with the French University of Paris. And so what we will do is put this mini-MOOC for free on the platform, and this is a way to keep all the work alive. We also have the website of UNESCO where we could link the work and keep the papers published. We are open to all of that. And what is very important that last year, together with other chairs in UNESCO, we created a UniTwin network which regroups 187 universities. And it's really a communication channel. So every time we have let's say an event or we have an action, we share it with the 187 deans in that UniTwin network, and then they can reshare that information in their own universities. So if you want, we can share maybe this afternoon the list of all the universities, and there is a possibility if your own university wants to enter in that UniTwin network, that is really easy, in fact, with a letter of the dean and signing a standard document. So this could be really interesting to disseminate all the work we've done, especially the curriculum now that it's finished, now that everything is informed. So this will be one of the opportunities, collaborating together.
Thank you.
You told that people who do the mini-MOOC will get a credit for it.
So they will get a certificate of attendance, yes.
How could they use it for this certificate?
They can add it to their CV, of course. But if we can work together with national societies, then probably they can be accredited in their own country. For France, we can do it. And then for Belgium, I could do it, but that is really up to the national societies, for instance.
Will they be approached to add this to their accreditation system? Because I think that would be necessary to get recognition.
Yes, that is something we can discuss, of course. Yes, why not?
Thank you, Sam.
Yes.